Today's betting.
We are live, episode 97. I am your co-host, Pisky, and I am joined, as always, by the one and only Godfather. What are you doing the sign of the prayer for? What are you Jesu Christoing already? Get that pinky up. I've told you this a million times. I hope we sound better, folks. Do we sound better today?
You sound very good. You sound very good.
Before hitting play on this week's episode, we both noticed that I think
You don't have to talk about technical difficulties all the time.
I think you're still a bit loud, G. Got to back
See?
it up a bit.
It took 10 seconds for you to piss me off.
Yeah, our
And then people say, well,
our cameras.
why
our
are you
cameras have
F-bombing all the time? Why you try to do something with this guy?
Our cameras have mics on them, and I think the default setting in StreamYard.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Rinky dink podcast.
What are you going to do? It's our podcast. Who doesn't like it? What can I say?
What's new,
I can't
Godfather?
I can't
What-
believe
What happened to the
people.
suits?
Well, what's wrong with this? This is my. You kidding me? I took one of the
Bowling
most.
shirt.
I took one of the most famous photos of all time with this shirt on.
How so?
Do you remember? You don't
No.
remember shit.
No.
When you showed up at the OLG with the stretch limo and we went gallivanting all over town and then we took a photo with drinks.
That's the shirt you were wearing?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
still
that
fits. Is that what you're trying to say? Fits nice.
That I think you got to back the mic up. I keep getting reverb in my ear.
Yeah, Jesu Christ.
There you go. There you go. Everyone's gonna be happy about that.
Uh,
Yes, that limo ride was something that we didn't script this. This is pretty cool. That limo ride was part of our year-end party. So anyone that gave us a hand with Banfield Group doing our betting in the early days, we would gather them all up, not tell them anything. Surprise attack again. And we went to dinner at the CN Tower. The Godfather was
No.
as per you.
we went
What?
to the revolving restaurant top of the Harbor Castle, or the old Harbor Castle. Then it was the Sheridan.
Oh yeah, right. It wasn't up in the CN Tower.
No,
No, but you did send back how many espressos?
4. Sorry, not sorry. You can make $100 plate. You can do truffle mousse foam, but you can't make an espresso. Come on, gotta draw the line, Piss.
Poor buddy, the waiter was bouncing all around that place, back and forth, and then where'd we go? We went to some place on King Street East, I believe. I don't think it exists anymore, and did the whole bottles thing and stuff. It was a great night.
It was pretty good.
We I remember coming to pick you guys up for that little extravaganza. The Full Dog and I went out. We had some buddies in town from Montreal at a Blue Jays game.
Oh man.
And we went out the night before, and dude, we were both lying horizontally in the limo going to pick you guys up. We were so hung titties. It was brutal. And the Full Dog was blackout and decided at one point to try and run across the street on Spadina.
Oh, and he
Yeah, he didn't see the median for the streetcar and
Face
bailed. And honestly, I think he broke his wrist and just didn't do anything about it. He complained about it for like a month, but wouldn't go see a doctor. And he says it still hurts him when the temperatures change.
Oh man, absolutely. Then if that's the case,
Yeah.
that was
So,
one crazy. That was one crazy night. But
And tell everyone how we finished it. How we finished
the
big party.
best. Are you kidding? We do a drive-through McDonald's downtown with the stretch limo. How many cheeseburgers? Like a hundo?
I don't think it was a hundo, but it was. I
No,
think it was
dude.
50 or something. It was a hundo.
Yeah, I think
it
it was.
was a hundo. It was a lot though. It was a
Dude,
lot.
I brought 10 home myself, left over for
I
brekkie.
felt I felt bad.
And champagne. Let me tell you, McDonald's cheeseburgers and champagne.
I felt bad for the staff. I remember
No.
tipping them because I'm like,
You took
No,
care
this-
of them. You took care of them. It was
I think you're-
fantastic.
I think your mic is still too loud.
Oh, really?
I'm just
Okay,
gonna
well,
say it. Yeah, turn it down a-
I'm good. How about now? Fantastic. Is that better?
Better. I think it's because you raise your voice too much.
Well, yeah, I can't fucking change that. Hello?
Maybe we got to put you back on the camera mic because I think we were both sounding about even, and I got this big one in front of me.
Okay, all this.
okay.
Can we get
Can
going
we get started?
here?
Yeah, let's get
Can we
let's
get
get going.
started?
So today, folks, we are going to finish
Always
that
betting,
list.
not always whining. Let's go.
We've been whining about sportsbooks this entire season, so yeah.
That's so true.
So today, folks, yeah, we're gonna finish the list that we started last week. I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Stay away from
according to some
score
of your-
bet.
According to some of your comments, you did really enjoy that episode, so I thank you for the feedback. You listened to my CTA, call to action, like, comment, and share. You guys did a good job with that, so I thank you. And do it again on this episode, please, and thank you. But yeah, we're going to finish last week's list. We have about, I guess, a dozen sports books. The Godfather and I went through them quickly before hitting play, so we will go through them all. But I want to start with two local things today, Godfather. First, these Toronto Maple Leafs. What the fuck's going on?
Buddy. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Boston's a little skataki because you can't finish them without Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
That's a problem if you're like us. If you're like them, well, you gotta accept that they're feeling strong. Big Mo is on their side.
Oh, momentum, yeah. Big Mo, is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's right. It's from the 80s, the greatest decade of all time.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay?
You've told me that
This
a few
millennial
times.
fucking shit. Anyway, absolutely. Absolutely.
Pressure's on the bees now.
100%. Well, first of all, you lose two out of your 3 games at home.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. However, we can't sound like idiots. And it's 3-3, right?
It's 3-3.
Has anybody won anything yet? Anybody. Has anybody won anything yet? Bees haven't won Stugatz.
No.
Neither have the Leafs. Got to win 4. All the marbles tomorrow night. We're recording on a Friday. By the time this shows up
watching?
somewhere, where am I? I watch it by myself because there's a lot of evil empire agents all over the place. That they want me there.
Just to
But
see your
they
reaction.
can't. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't give that shit away for free. You know that. Hello.
Only on the internet.
Okay. But another thing I'm going to tell you.
But dude, this scares me. This scares me because
But,
this
again,
a giant monkey on their back. And if they finally overcome this hurdle after coming back from 3-1, they beat the big bad Bruin. You're not scared that they just
No.
kind of steamroll into potentially the conference finals?
No,
Or-
I'm not scared of that.
I am.
Dude, last year were you were afraid they were going to steamroll through the competition when they somehow won a
Against
playoff
Tampa?
series for the first time?
No,
Well, then
no. But this is a bigger,
what's changed?
I think this is bigger because this is the big bad Bruin that they can't beat.
Well, okay, so maybe it's an opponent that they haven't been able to beat. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of good hockey teams still left. It's not like there were 4 other. I'd be more worried if there were 4 other upsets all scattered all over. At the end of the day, if they're going to do it and they're going to beat the best teams one by one, we got to fucking shut up and leave the province. End the story. Right? But
What do
I'm
you
going to
think
say
about-
something because I saw this. I don't want to pretend like I'm an originator, because some guys, small penises gotta talk themselves up. Anyway,
What?
listen. The first time they played, the games went Boston, Toronto, Boston, Boston, Toronto, Toronto, Boston. Second time, Boston, Toronto, Boston, Boston, Toronto, Toronto.
Boston.
Maybe the pattern continues for the third time. You don't understand what I'm saying?
No, I
Whoever-
don't actually.
Boston won game. Jesu Cristo. Then you talk about my Boston won game 1, Toronto
Okay.
won game 2, Boston won game 3 and 4, Toronto won game 5, game 6. Do you not see the pattern? What happened this year? What's happened this year?
They did the exact same thing, I guess.
Okay, so pay attention. Boston on Saturday then.
I'm in agreement with that. But it's
We
funny.
hope.
You know what's an extra in one of these days. We're gonna watch a game together, especially if it progresses. I don't know if I can get up to Bond tomorrow
I'm at
night.
my worst when I watch anything with you.
Well, that's fine if we're on the same side for once with the Leafs, against the Leafs, obviously. But one of the things that is amazing, and I shared this experience with my father when I was in Calgary last week, watching these Leaf games with my hockey group chat open, full of Leaf maniacs.
That's painful, bro.
No,
How do you
dude.
put yourself through that?
Dude, it is hilarious. It is hilarious. Anything that happens against them, they are so negative. They are so
Yeah.
hurt. There's a deep hurt there.
You want
Remember when someone told me I had a deep hurt? And they asked me for clarification? This is a deep hurt. These people have been abused.
Yeah, but they do it to themselves. So I'm not
Yeah,
going to
it's-
have
it's
too.
hilarious
I'm not going to
watching-
have too much
watching them come
sympathy.
through.
Okay, I'm not going to have too much sympathy. I went to a funeral mass on Tuesday. Somehow, I was hoping the Leafs were playing Monday, but anyway. But again, you talk about hurt. Where the funeral mass is done, I tried to be respectful, but I caught them. I caught them doing this.
Checking scores or what?
You check in the scores during a funeral mass? I did not, because I said, Jesus Cristo is going to take care of me. It was 1-1. And then after, on the way home, everyone, hey, come back to my place. No, bro. No. But anyway, they scored the overtime goal. They won. They won last night. Again, both games without the pretty boy. So Boston, you can just look in the mirror. Okay.
The thing is too, the Bees did this last year against Florida, right? Same thing. Up 3-1. They were supposed to sweep them. Was it even 3-0? I don't know. Maybe 3. I don't know.
now.
But I know they were up big. And the Panthers came all the way back and beat them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of happening again, but let's hope it doesn't happen. Dude, what is downtown Toronto going to look like if they win on Saturday night?
Well, you have to expect, as you said, these people have a culture of suffering, and they're going to let it out a little bit. They're going to let it out a little bit.
They
know, I mean,
Okay.
you talk about hurt. You talk about hurt,
Mhm.
and you talk about I think the last hockey game me and you watched together was at my house, where
Leafs,
a certain
Game 7.
where a certain I'm the captain now video was surfaced, and do you know it was brought up at the funeral mass?
Stop.
People, people still come up to me and say, "Godfather, you hurt me with that video. You hurt me."
Come
with that."
on.
Okay. It's okay.
Is there-
if they get the job done, next podcast you can play the video for some of our listeners. They'll understand. Me and you can't get together to watch this. It gets crazy.
I wonder, because everyone's thinking, oh, these guys, are on the side of the Bruins. We're not really.
No,
We don't
no,
like
no.
the Bruins much more than
No. No. It's just
than the Leafs.
it's,
Is there a way that they can both lose? If it goes to double overtime in Game 7, both teams should be eliminated. What do you think of that rule that I'm implementing?
Well, you know what? In this particular case, I wouldn't really. I don't need a test trial period or anything. I say yeah, it's okay, right? But no, it's just not a Leaf fan, not a fan of Leafs media, not a fan of it's the younger fans. I mean, people that I abused in the schoolyard through the championship years of Les Habitants. I mean, I feel for them a little bit, right? Just a little. But the new generation, the millennials, no, fuck them.
Your girls at Maple Leaf Square?
No.
Whooping it up?
No.
A lot of youth there.
No. None
happening?
of that. None of that. I honestly, I remember
Did you see the TikTok I put out?
Yeah, I did. I didn't like it, as usual.
What do you mean?
Because you're telling the fans what to do. Why don't you just shut your fucking mouth?
Can you believe that David
They were
Pastrnak,
a lot louder.
Can you believe that David Pastrnak is advertising all over the rinks in Toronto?
Listen,
Combined with pictures of the 1993 Stanley Cup champion
those points,
Montreal Canadiens, the most successful franchise
of all
in
time
league
in
the league. You know, there's no doubting that.
There's no doubting that.
Denying it.
But the issue that I had is that you keep harping, you keep telling them how to be a fan. Let them be the way they are.
It's hard to watch. I'm sick of it.
Dude, we're sick of it. As long as the result comes through, I don't give a fuck.
They're too nice.
I'm telling you, they were more riled up, and if I get data to suggest that you riled them up, me and you have a problem again.
Anyways, folks, go check the TikTok account out. I basically laid out a roadmap on what they're doing wrong.
Yeah, and I didn't like the way you finished it again.
One of the things, it's not it.
Don't put that shit in the uniform.
It is not an uncomfortable place to play. Right?
Well, let's keep it that way. Let the suits
You want wind
do
and
what they
rain, or
do.
do you want a library to play in? Easy to play at Heinz Field in the playoffs?
No, typically no.
Yeah, there you go. Take note.
Take note.
Leafs fans. Okay, switching gears, we're going to spice things up a little bit here. There's a TikTok that surfaced recently. We talked about it briefly last week. Prices at Rogers Center for the Blue Jay games. So, Godfather, I made a list. That's what I was scratching down before we hit play here. And I just wanted you to tell me. I'm going to tell you what the price is, and you're going to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if you think.
Okay, here. Let me start. Then keep.
Chicken tenders, fries, and a souvenir draft beer. How much? How much?
$30.
Yes, right on. Very
crazy.
Well. $30.28.
Crazy time.
Okay, remove the French fries. Grilled sausage with a souvenir draft beer. How much?
25.
27. Foot-long hot dog. No fries with a souvenir draft. I didn't get a milliliter count on that souvenir draft. It better be like
Yeah, okay.
better be half the cake.
You'd be lucky if you get 12 ounces.
Foot-long dog and a souvenir draft. How much?
$20.
$24.
Jesu Christ.
I couldn't tell from the picture what the tacos come in, either 2 or 3. I'm going to make an assumption that it's 2. Because
me as well. I
Yeah.
think that's...
Okay, so 2 tacos with a souvenir beverage, non-alcoholic. This is like a Coke or Pepsi or whatever. How much?
18.
26.
Get out of here.
If you wanna change the pop for a margarita, you got to bump it to 29. 29.58. So $30 for 2 tacos and a margarita.
Come on. What
At
the fuck
Rogers
is in these tacos at $26 and a... Come on.
Here's your favorite, a plant-based bowl
Oh, Jesu Christo.
with a bottle of Coke. How much?
24.
25. Souvenir draft beer. Just the draft beer. Souvenir draft beer. You get the
13.
cup. $17.59.
Get out of here.
Regular draft is not
They'll
even 13.
never
That's
see
14.
my money. Never. Never.
How about a pop in a souvenir cup with unlimited refills? There's some value on that, no?
12.
You overshot that one. 11. There's some
11.
value there. There you go, folks.
There's some value. That's all you're going to get. Unlimited.
Pizza Nova slice of pizza.
$10 a
much?
slice. $10.
Overshot that too. $8.29.
Still, but by the time you throw in the fucking.
And finally,
taxes-
this last one that caught my eye: brisket nachos. How much?
brisket nachos.
Applewood smoked brisket nachos, which actually sounds pretty badass. I think I had something similar at Yankee Stadium.
Well, with all these other prices, I'm gonna say they're gonna want $17 from me.
$18.49.
Fuck,
There
Price
you go.
is Right. Not bad.
There's our version of the Price is Right. That's at the Robbers Center in downtown Toronto. at your
Robbers.
Blue Jays game. But here's the thing, folks, and I put this out in a TikTok that has
Yeah,
done really well.
this one you did a good job with.
There is a rule that not a lot of people are aware of.
I didn't know until you
At
told me.
Skydome. We're not calling it we'll call it the Robbers Center or the Skydome. You're allowed to bring your own food in. So if you show up there with a Godfather-style giant pizza from Pizzaiolo,
So if I show up with that, or I bring my own prosciutto in,
whatever you want. Yeah, there was a video that surfaced last year at some point that a guy brought in a full rotisserie chicken, set up this little table. I think he had some mashed potatoes, some carrots,
boom,
style.
boom.
So you can
love
bring,
it.
You're
Stop
allowed
off
to
at
bring food in.
Costco before you go down.
There's a bulk barn down the street from Robbers Center as well that we used to do. We used to pop some gummies, hit up bulk barn, and then go down to the game.
This is
That's
the
good info.
way. This is good info because that is the way to collectively, if more people did it, get the word out that you can bring your own food.
Dude, that video that I put out, because Jesse Pollock, so the guy from TSN, the big Winnipeg Jets guy,
the
hates
hockey
Leafs.
dude,
Yeah. He put out the video. The video had 1.2 million hits or views on it. So I did a stitch, which basically it shows 5 seconds of his video, and then it goes to my video, and I told everyone about this, and then I said, please share it so that we can collectively, as one, take money out of the pockets of the executives at Robbers. And people really love that. And I think over 30,000 people have watched that video. So, yeah, I mean, better in our pockets than in theirs, right, folks?
Absolutely, and I'm going to agree. I think for the casual fan who may or may, go to one game every 3 years or something, right? That's really important to know that, hey, listen, make yourself two kick-ass panini at home, you go down and boom, you have your capicola mortadella sandwich there.
Bring a thermos of espresso.
Bring a thermos of espresso, and you're good.
Good to go. Let me ask you this, Godfather. One of the girls, you take them to the Blue Jays game, they really break your balls. They want the chicken tendies and fries and a souvenir beer for $30. You go through the motions on the... It asks for a tip. What's the Godfather clicking?
0.
So you want to hear something crazy about that? I think I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to say it again. Nowadays, at the ACC, so Scotiabank, where the Laughs play, they have self-serve checkouts. So when I was there for that country concert a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
you go in, you grab your beer, you grab your water, your peanuts, whatever, and it's like being at a grocery store. You go and you self-serve and you check out. That self-serve kiosk asks for a tip.
Never.
What do you think about that?
I think that's more leftist, communist fucking bullshit, and that's not happening with me, bro.
I've thought about putting it into a
Keep
TikTok
tip.
and doing
What
something.
service are you providing for me?
There's an attendant in the vicinity keeping his or her eye on things so you don't steal.
So you don't steal. That's it. He's not providing a service. He's providing a service to Robbers Corporation, not to me.
So yeah,
No.
There you go. That's what's going on here in Toronto. Inflation's through the roof, and I knew that going through these prices would get the Godfather nice and hot, so we can start with the sports books now.
Tough.
Unbelievable. Okay, Godfather, let's start with you.
Okay.
The first one on my list here, and again, I want to apologize in advance, folks, because I will be clicking back and forth with all the tabs that I have on my screen here. So the first one I see, Godfather, is PointsBet. Nice book. Here in the Ontario market, I know a lot of people struggle to stay alive there. What was your experience like?
It's a good book. Okay, I wasn't down there, but
John loves PointsBet.
well,
Said it's one of his favorites.
you know, their menu is great. It's easy to use. If you're a props guy, I really like the way they lay out their props, right? You click on the player's name and you get all of their different props. So you're not clicking on assists and then have to go check for your guy. You click on Nikolai Jokic, boom, boom, boom. I want him on rebounds. I want him on assists. I want him on points. Whatever triple double, whatever it is, it's all there. One menu. I like that.
Okay,
But they limited me.
What would they give you on props? That doesn't seem like a place you should be playing props in my opinion.
No. 200 on a couple of attempts, and then immediately down to 100, and then down to 50, and then down to 25, and then it was give me my money.
Then it was time for a payout.
Yeah. Now I have an ongoing beef with them because I accumulated bonus points.
Right.
And
You
you
haven't updated me that.
you redeem these bonus points, right?
Yep.
For a dollar bet value,
Okay.
which are used as bonus bets. So we had
remember doing that at Bodog.
we had like $155 worth.
Okay.
But what I didn't realize, okay, this is the shitty part. I've been fighting with them for over a month, back and forth. They give you certain denominations that you can withdraw, right?
Okay.
So I don't know. I did 100, I did a 50, and I did a $5 because I'm not leaving you a fucking penny.
Right.
Right? You limit me. I don't leave. I don't leave you nothing.
No. Why would you?
I accrued those points. They're legitimate. They're mine.
Yeah.
Well, tried to do a bet. $5 one went through no problem.
Okay.
Right? Turned $5 into 8. No problem. Then I had the $50 one. Tried to play it. But because I'm limited, there are $2.79ing me and declining my play on the $50 bonus bet.
$2.79?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, you're
So
sucking.
how am I supposed to use these? So I've been arguing with them. I said, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, break up my 50 into 10 $5 bets. I want to destroy you $5 at a time. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I will play whatever the shit comes to my mind, and I'm gonna have those bonus point monies gonna be real money that I can take out and take Pisky out for a hamburger.
The steak that you owe me. Hamburger, yeah.
So we're arguing back and forth. Oh no, we can't do it. I said, wait a minute. Then
So theoretically, it's impossible for you to use that bonus.
theoretically, it is. Yes.
Because you cannot bet it at $2.72 a pop?
No.
It
No.
has to be one shot?
It has to be one shot because that's the denomination that I took out.
Oh.
Unless
okay.
I play something crazy like a minus 300
Right,
So-
because it has to do with the winning amount.
with the winning amount. Okay?
The winning is a maximum of $2.72?
If I was playing it like if I was doing a $2.50 bet or a $5, right? So I hit him up for a big minus that connected. Okay,
Well,
so
that's
then
what you got to do. Yeah, just play.
so then I
biggest
had
minus on the
18
board.
bucks. I had
Yeah.
18 bucks, and then game 4, Bruins money line plus 107. Put the 18 bucks, turned that into whatever the math is, because they won. That was the last game the Bruins won. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know. Right? So we're sitting at like, I don't know. Then I did. Then I parlayed that into a minus 200 Houston at home money line baseball versus Colorado. That one. So we're up to, I want to say we're up to 36 bucks now.
Okay, we're talking too much for 36.
No, what? It's very important. They tried to rip me
No,
off. What are you talking about?
This isn't important. I think people have
We
hung
have
up by
another
now.
$66 worth. And I'm going to make. Okay, so I'm going to make that money. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, points bet. Very good.
Yeah.
Move on.
Nice. I think I got to apologize to everybody. Holy cow!
Tell me it's not important.
I'm getting doing the funky chicken over here. Okay, so there you go. Now, just to wrap up, points bet. The Godfather did about 3x's balance there. 3.2 or something like that. Yeah. So it gives you a little bit of room to work with.
It's a good book, but they'll limit you. Watch what you play. Again, the theme last week was massage everything. Don't go like Pisky does and get 3 days and out.
Like Pisky was sent down to Costa Rica to have a sit down with a representative of an offshore sports book.
I forgot about those first 3 bets. Okay,
and I see Brazil Serie C. I see first quarter team totals. That's what I see.
You know what the system is, though. That you can't pin that on me.
I didn't play stupid shit there, Pisk. I promise you.
I didn't.
Next, BetMGM. I signed up to BetMGM. Now, this, I am pretty excited to report to you guys that I signed up there in late August, early September. They did put the handcuffs on me a little bit, but still, we are now May 3rd, and I am still able to bet dimes live.
On live, yeah, that's
in NBA. So that's I have not touched the balance there. I don't. So the balance is close to 10x.
Nice.
Where I started, yeah, and I haven't requested a withdrawal because this is something I don't know for certain if it works in every single book, but when you take a payout from a sports book, they obviously look into your action, right? To make sure you weren't cheating, to make sure it was done legit, to see what kind of action it is. I don't want that kind of review done on my account. So I just leave it there. And as long as they give me dimes, I'm going to keep a pretty solid balance there.
That sounds like a decent.
Now, some of the stupid shit limited to $100, but there's other mediocre shit that we play. Middle of the totem pole of garbage leagues to good leagues. Middle of the totem pole. I can still get like 350 sometimes, 450.
Well, that to me that's a reasonable.
And again, the live betting is still 1K, and it's a bit more than 1K. 1K is just like I rounded up type of thing, right? I think it's a max risk of 1,300 or something like that. So I just go 1,100 to win 1,000. But yeah, still alive.
I like it.
Almost a 10x balance. So BetMGM is definitely somewhere that I would recommend. And BetMGM is kind of like the Canby books where there's like 5 or 6 of them. If you like BetMGM, you got kicked out there or you're limited there, you can go to BWin, you can go to Party Bets, and you can go to Sports Interaction. They're all the same. So BetMGM, BWin, Party Bets, Sports Interaction. All the same odds.
And for our listeners, I really like, from a recreational point of view, I really like that, because if I'm trying to chase down Jordanian soccer, Okay, and if I track it at Sports Interaction, and get a couple $100, I can get another couple $100 at Party. It's just good to you have that mindset, and boom boom, you get your stuff.
Exactly. So,
and they're good books. I like MGM. I haven't had one there, but I will next year.
The next one on the list is Sports Interaction. Same style, again, same odds. What do you think of Sports Interaction?
I personally, I'm very happy with them.
Okay.
They've been very fair to me on their offerings, and
now put perspective into that. They haven't been that fair, but fair compared to all the garbage that's out there.
Well, there
right?
you go. Well, there you go. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, what's the max bet that you're going to get at Interaction nowadays? Because I'm sure they have like preliminary handcuffs on you. You're probably down to 10% limits or something like that.
I'm going to say I can get $400 or $500.
Okay. But you see what I mean, folks? Like, we're not talking like this is
no.
Sesame.
It
just doesn't exist.
It works. It works for us.
It works.
And
it adds up.
You know what? And the limitations are going to happen. Doesn't matter where you go, but when you're playing off-market stuff like we do, the market.
Clarify off-market. We're just playing weirder shit, not
weird. Okay, whatever.
Obscure market. Off-market
okay.
makes it sound like you're purposely sniffing out places that have stale lines. That's not what we do.
My apologies. That is not what we're doing. Obscure markets. Thank you to my esteemed colleague. Yes, obscure markets.
Yes.
Right? So
sometimes.
So for that, they're very fair. I like their UFC markets.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't missed a play there. Always available, always a good price. Okay. That's another thing. Their pricing for me is pretty good. I don't leave Sports Interaction without a price very often.
Yeah.
And if I do, it's because it's already moved or something. Well, whatever.
It's already moved or not available.
Or that not available at all,
they're
right?
They're one of the better ones. If you look through our list of bets and everything that we get at every sports book, BetMGM and Sports Interaction, I think, is one of the more, are two of the more popular names on our bet list.
And I think as we touched last week on our sports books review, there are some books that you've had nothing but trouble with, and you don't, whether or not you get something there, you don't care. You send your garbage there, right?
Well, yeah, that's another strategy that I'll let everyone in on, is that when we open a new account, I'm speaking for myself personally, but the Godfather as well. He's kind of learned at some of the method to the madness. But when you open a new account, don't go in there firing Bulgarian soccer.
No.
Right? You want to be delicate out of the gate. But as soon as they put those limits on you, as soon as they give you a little bit of trouble, and the limit isn't $1.35 per bet, well, then you're getting everything. Now we're hammering you with second division Jordanian soccer. Yeah. Sorry. That's just the way it goes.
That's just the way it goes.
Because you're on your way out anyways. But if it's a new account, you're kind of just like, okay, maybe I won't go heavy on the Jordanian soccer, and, I'm going to wait for an EPL opportunity to present itself.
There you go.
Where I can really, give them a shot.
There you go. So, no, Sports Interaction for me, it's a good book.
And right now, Godfather, you're sitting at about a double of a balance and still alive. And you
still
open
alive.
And you open that one pretty early well. So maybe we're onto something here with the BetMGM places. Actually, we're not, because BWin, I'll jump over to BWin now again.
That
same
one you
odds.
had trouble with.
That one, I not tripled my balance, 2.5, pretty much. And that one didn't last very long. That was, I think, maybe a dozen bets, 20 tops, which I'm like, oh my God, this is great. This is a new BetMGM. They're letting me do what I want. I love it. And then all of a sudden, boom. And it wasn't even like a gradual descent. This was, you have $1.32 to work with.
There you go.
So,
and like we've both talked about in the past, I mean, we judge our books by, if something were to happen in this book, I'd really feel it. and
Yeah.
I'd put Sports Interaction into that category for me personally. Like, I like my account. I can buzz in and out of that site pretty good. So if something were to happen to that account, yeah, I wouldn't be too happy about it.
In terms of leash, I think BetMGM is at the top. Sorry. Have you noticed any limitations at Party yet? Because you're playing at Party now.
No, but I've been extremely
Delicate?
careful there. Very delicate.
Okay. So I'd say then it's probably a coin flip between Sports Interaction and
Yeah.
Party. And then I'd say the lowest on the totem pole in terms of limits, in terms of leash, how long they'll let you go without putting the handcuffs on
Was
you.
BWin.
BWin's probably at
Yeah.
the bottom. Okay, good. We're on a roll. Next, let's go back to you, Godfather. Let's do Bodog.
Again,
That hurt. That hurt, losing that.
Bodog is a great segue. Bodog, it was that book.
Yeah.
That
You
when
loved
the
it.
hammer fell, like, I honestly didn't think, I didn't know
He
I
was
didn't know what the future was going to hold. Because
He was legit sad, folks. Like,
Yeah.
I was getting the emojis, the sad emojis, the crying emojis, the thumbs down, the pouting faces. They were through the roof for a good week and a half.
Yeah. It was my favorite book.
He was very sad.
It's my
So
favorite
you,
book.
You did just because they had everything, right? And
Well,
they had that lovely button that you loved.
Oh,
Max
they had
Risk.
the max bet where you could just, it was just such an organizational tool to say, okay, if I want to get a dime on this, boom, 700, no problem. Bodog. Now I can just go scramble for 3, and that's it. Right?
So they have a button, folks, that you can click on, and it gives you the max risk without sending it to traders, because you do not want to send your bets to traders at all.
Ever.
Because, again, that's the review, right? They're like, why is this guy keep sending reviews on Guatemalan soccer?
and
Get rid of
then
him.
you're being reviewed, and then your account goes bye-bye.
So you want to stay away from that. And Bodog has a nice button to show you what they'll take without sending it to traders.
That was honestly fantastic. So their pricing was hard to beat. Okay, so it basically was my first go-to, because I know I'm going to have availability. I know the pricing is going to be competitive, and I know going into the market what I can get there from them. It
Yeah.
just made my life easier. So when they started to progressively chop me down, yeah, it was tough.
Pretty sad.
Yes, it was.
You did a 5x there. 5x. 5x, and highly recommended. Very easy to get in and out with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Very easy. Shout out to the Bodog crew. We have a lot of friends of the Familia, the extended Familia that work at Bodog.
Yeah, super
They do a pretty good job over there. I cannot.
super solid book.
complain.
I would recommend them to
Yeah.
anybody.
It's good to have in your arsenal. Definitely
Yeah.
go to Bodog if you're looking for, and they're a gray market, folks. They're not regulated here in Ontario.
Yeah.
So you can't deposit like you can at FanDuel and DraftKings and everything else that you can do here in Ontario. You have to. Well, I use Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't really recommend going in there with credit card, any sportsbook really, because they're probably going to charge you a cash advance fee and interest and all this bullshit.
No,
So
you don't need that.
a nice extra book to get in and out with Bitcoin is amazing. And
No,
again,
Bodog was
it doesn't.
fantastic.
Your balance doesn't stay in Bitcoin for all the beginners out there. It doesn't stay in Bitcoin. You take Bitcoin, you send it to them, they change it into, I believe it's CAD. Was it CAD?
No, it was USD.
You sure?
No, you're right. My bad.
I think they're one of the.
they
ones
were
that CAD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some other.
So they
ones
change it
that
into
are-
Canadian dollars, and when it's time to pay out,
They do the
request it,
conversion,
and
blah, blah.
they conversion they send it to you in Bitcoin. So
No, but that was.
thumbs up.
I can definitely say they were good. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed my time there.
Beauty. We'll pass it back to me, Godfather. Caesars. So Caesars, for those who remember my little journey last year in Las Vegas, Caesars was the one that I got my ass torn apart there. I know that's not a great visual, especially with a guy that suffers from IBS. But
Oh my God! And you talk about
did I just
me.
say that? Is
Yeah,
this on?
it is.
I apologize for that one. Caesars Sportsbook. More bad luck this year. My deposit was in the mid four figures, and I haven't redeposited there because their app sucks and their website really sucks. So I'm not done with them, but I lost there again. So that's back-to-back seasons. So
Some books.
does that mean that maybe they're getting a little better at what they do? Because last year I chalked it up as a complete fluke. I said there's no way Caesars is sharp. There's no way. But I could not keep a balance there if my life depended on it. Everyone else was beatable, like Superbook, beatable, Boyd, beatable, Resorts World, beatable, and then for whatever reason, I could not beat Caesars, and it's happened again this year. But, I mean, limits-wise and stuff, their basketball stuff, I don't understand what's going on with their NBA. Their NBA Live is minus 121 on each side.
Yeah,
I screamed about it before on the podcast. I will scream about it again. What is going on there? I have no idea. It doesn't make sense because college live is minus 117 a side. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. So maybe just the type of action. But I got to redeposit and we got to go after them again. But that was my experience at Caesars.
Caesars, just...
Next, Godfather, I think. Oh, yeah, this one's going to be fun. Everyone comfy? Triple Eight Sport. What happened there? Because I got a couple Jesucristos very recently with Triple Eight Sport.
Listen.
From the Godfather. Pesk, you gotta do everything. You gotta stop everything. Log in, use a VPN, do what you gotta do, log in on your phone, download the app. Pesk. There's a little bit of panic.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you toning it down for the listeners because I was absolutely 10 times worse than that. But anyway, this book, they're incompetent, technically speaking. Their app, their website, their product is... They cannot geolocate you properly. They cannot.
Is that because you live close to the border?
Oh my God. They cannot. So when I opened the account, and I could not get on the PC app, could not get on the website. I tore my modem apart. I had really smart people come to maybe it's on me. Because you know me, Pisk. When something goes wrong, I automatically assume it's something I did. But when I exhausted all of those possibilities and I start sending emails, I gave up at around a dozen emails.
Did you do any chat with them?
Yes, and chats.
And what was the response?
No, again, this is
your mouse?
Buddy, they start off with shit like that, and then they'll ask a question like this. Mr. Mirabelli, do you have multiple windows open? Yeah, I do. I have 6 windows open with about 10 per, so I got 60 windows open. What the fuck do you care? And how is that affecting your site?
Yeah, no, that's...
Don't tell me that, because I got another 10 books that I can put whatever I want anytime I want. But you're beginning to sound like the Score Bet now, offering Mexican baseball a day in advance. It's not possible. Don't bring it up. So there was that. Okay?
No good.
So then I tried to mitigate because, I want to be a good earner for my friends and for myself, right? I want to be a good earner.
Yeah.
So I got 10 books going on my laptop, but I can't get 888 going on I would use them on my phone. So a little bit annoying, but at least if I had to get a bet, I go to my phone.
Get it on your phone. Right.
On my phone.
And then your phone stopped working.
Then one day,
just kaput. That's it. Done.
No, the existing problems are still continuing, technically. Now I cannot get get it on my phone, which means I no longer can access this Jesu Cristo fucking sportsbook. What
That's
are we
when
doing?
you blew me up. Piss, try it on your desktop. Piss. And that's funny because I was at WeWork when you originally texted me, and I tried it on my desktop, and I had no problems. And then when I went home, same thing. Location spinning. Didn't
They
work.
cannot geolocate you. They cannot. I had computer science master degree people. Look at my setup. This is how far I took it.
Shout out to
Yes. And
Roman. Sorry.
so I send more emails, and they again. I guess it's just the scripted MO. Every single fucking email, all 12 of them started off with, "We are so sorry this is happening to you." You cannot be sorry. You're not sorry. You
Sorry,
cannot.
not sorry. You went on online forums, and there was other people complaining about this, right?
Dozens of exactly the same argument that for whatever reason, I don't know why, but because the regulations in Ontario for the Ontario market state you must be playing in Ontario.
Yeah, that's what it is everywhere.
So the
You have to be within state
geolocation
limits.
is a necessary aspect to play.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, if you can't geolocate, you can't play. So why are you in this market?
And they asked them if you was.
So I
close to
sent
the
another
border.
email. No, on the chat. And that's when it was the last chat was, "I'm going through again. I'm so sorry this is happening to you.
So the payout.
Are you near the border, Costa?" We're done. I stopped the conversation. I said, "We're going to change the focus on how I get my money out."
And what did you have to do because that'll be helpful info for everyone.
Okay,
Manual something.
This is how incompetent they are. They offered me don't worry. Don't worry about your money you can get. We'll do a manual payment. They couldn't. They basically waved the white flag saying, "Buddy, I don't know how to get you on. I just work here." It was that kind of fucking thing. Okay? And they said manual checkout. So I sent 2 or 3 emails. "Oh, it takes 3 business days. Somebody will get back to you." On the 4th day, nobody's gotten back to me. So then I just, start to sweat a little bit. And I said, "You know what? This geolocator is necessary to bet. Let me see if it's necessary to withdraw."
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't.
Oh wow.
So I put it through. They took 3 days. I sweated every single fucking day.
And you got it done
But, boop, wake up the other morning,
in your account.
Wazia, and let's go. So,
That's
at first, you remember when I first opened it, it took almost 2 weeks for me to find a price. And I was already having I was pissed to begin with because of no desktop. And then I was using my phone, and it took a week and a half easy to get one play in. But then things started to go good. I was starting to feel good. Pricing on most stuff was good. Some stuff they were out to lunch.
I wonder if they have a sneaky little button that says, "You know what? We don't like this type of action. We don't like the Jordanian soccer." Boom. Hit him with the spin.
Well, you know
Maybe.
what? I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no, but
That would be
holy
crazy.
fuck. If you can't handle a couple of $100 on anything,
You should be in business,
You
period.
get out of here. So yeah, 888. I got thumbs down. You don't need to age prematurely like me. Don't go there.
Well wrapped up. Next, our best friends over at Proline. I signed up there. I signed up.
Well,
there
I'll
at
let you
Super
take the
Bowl.
floor for this one, cause
Shout out to Proline. Johnny told me about that amazing bonus that they had offered for the Super Bowl. I forget the details exactly what it was. Something like deposit 50.
Deposit 50, you get 500.
200 or something like that, or something. Yeah, something great. Yeah. It was very lucrative. So I did it, and they offer everything. The problem is with that place, their limits are very inconsistent, and they're not very good. Because some, like, normal leagues, I mean normal, again, middle of the totem pole.
Yeah, mid-tier, yeah.
Not too obscure, not super popular.
Greece. Portugal.
Some of them, $500, eyes closed.
Nice.
And it's like, oh, shit, okay. Other ones that are arguably higher on the totem pole in terms of more popularity, $50 tops. So that's my one complaint with Proline, is that brutally inconsistent, and I know my hands are probably going to be full when it's time to take a payout from there, but I don't know. Lately, I've been losing there a lot. So
yeah. I think
the balance has come down significantly, so maybe it's going to be me sending them more money. Who knows? But they're not. You know what? They're not as bad as I thought they were going to be.
Well, I thought
a win. I thought the odds were going to be terrible, which they kind of are in some regards, depending on what you're betting, but they are usable. And I'm very shocked by that. I thought they were going to be completely garbage. They're not that bad.
There you go. So it's a good rec book.
There's better options, right? By far, the big boys, FanDuel, BetMGM, DraftKings, who we're going to talk about next, way better. But I don't know. They're kind of like a Canby book, maybe with slightly smaller odds. And
do they offer Asian lines, Bisk?
No.
No,
Asian lines.
Okay.
No. So that is kind of annoying for what we do. We play some Asian lines in soccer. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about them. And we'll see. I'll report back when it's time to take a payout if it gets to that, and I will let you know how that goes.
That's the closest you've come to a
positive
minimal positive in 16 years.
Pretty much. DraftKings, Godfather, we both had an account there.
Yeah.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Kind of in
You're
the
still
middle.
there.
I'm still there. I'm still cracking $100 bets if necessary.
Yeah.
That's what I'm limited to. It just the limitations are bad.
I do like DraftKings. I think in terms of like website, how it's designed, how the app is designed, how they accept bets. They used to have a max bet button, and then they took it away. Bastards.
They took it away.
I think aesthetically, DraftKings has been my favorite book in Ontario.
It is a good book for that. I'm not gonna say no. It's just,
and a fresh account has decent limits.
With me personally, a little aggressive on the limitations. So I don't know what again.
Yeah, you were behind the 8 ball to begin with because we were playing there last season, weren't we?
Yes.
So you probably already had handcuffs on you.
Yeah.
When I was in there early in the season, betting live NFL and stuff like that, like you could get a good chunk down. I remember some of the Monday Night Football games, I was able to get down really nice volume at DraftKings. But eventually, they got sick of the obscure market play that we do slide in there, and they chopped me down. But my balance was a 4x.
That's nice.
Pretty solid.
That's pretty solid.
I'd recommend playing at DraftKings.
Yeah, I would. I would still recommend them, and especially if if you're a recreational type of guy,
like us.
I mean, you get a fresh account, you're good. Just you gotta watch what you're doing, right? If you're one of these 5-team parlay warriors from the weekend, like fantastic, the DraftKings will have your.
You keep saying that. No book is going to deny you if you're playing losing parlays. That's a fact.
Yeah,
right?
that's a fact. That's
a
fact.
You don't have to say, if you're a parlay player, go play there. You won't have trouble. You won't have trouble anywhere. Where you will have trouble is if you start kicking ass. That's what they don't like.
No.
If you kick ass on major markets, good for you. You're a hell of a lot smarter than we are. And you could probably stay alive longer.
Yeah.
But if you're beating them on weaker, obscure shit,
you can't win because if you beat them in the big markets, you'll last longer, but you end up in the same place as Mr. Obscure Market, You know what I mean? 2 times your money, obscure markets. We don't want you. That's
it.
You know, you look at you know, you're going through the numbers, not the flex. You're going through the numbers to say, you know, these are the books that we got severely limited at. We
You
did
say
not
you know
get.
a lot.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's again, don't. Anyway, I like DraftKings. You can go there.
Okay. Done. Now, we're already at an hour, so we're going to rapid fire the remaining ones here, and they're all offshore books. So, my first one is BetNow. BetNow, typical Costa Rican style sports book. I did not have success there. They call me once a week to try and redeposit. Yeah, they're very persistent with that kind of shit.
Very aggressive people.
Not the most options to bet. Probably handy during football season. I wouldn't think about going in there in the off season, but there are way better options. So that is my review there. Again, they beat me fair and square. So I will probably go in at some point again, but nah, not the best experience. Godfather, let's go to you, my bookie.
Tough place. Severely limited. The rollout was a disaster. A rollover, sorry, was a disaster for us. I have made
Still
it.
is.
It still is, but I'm chipping away at this, and I won't stop until.
How much left?
12.
1,200 or 12,000?
12,000.
Oh shit. Yeah, because I noticed some of your bets there lately have been smaller and smaller.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a W50 there?
Yes.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
So you got $12,000 worth of rollover left to do it $50 a pop.
Yeah. I'm going to do it. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. You're persistent. I can see it. I can see it in our sheets.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, until the limitations happened,
decent place to go, right?
Decent place to go. And again, it's kind of like the Bodog situation. Now, this is a USD.
Yes.
Right? So your BTC goes in and they convert it to American dollars, right? But, you know, selection is good, pricing is good, but
here's a tip, I guess, for my bookie. Be careful when you take the bonus, because right now, like the Godfather just said, your balance there is mid 4 figures, and he has to do his rollover. They won't let him take it out, even though he's limited, because it's technically bonus money. So until he rolls that over, he ain't taking a payout. So tough there.
And
So
this was one of those places that they sneaked the bonus in upon deposit. Like unless I did it wrong, I don't know, but I didn't see nothing, because I know the other Tico books, bonus or no bonus. At least when I can click on no bonus, none. I don't want your bonus.
Yeah.
Feel better.
Yeah,
Don't have to play these games.
Don't play these stupid games.
But I will
Play
keep.
stupid games, win stupid prizes.
I will keep going, and I got to bet minus $700 on a UFC fighter to make a hundo. I'm gonna do it.
Wow, it counts towards the rollover. There you
Correct.
go. All right, next one, Godfather. We're staying on your side because I only have Bet Online left.
Next.
Bet Online. Bet Online's been around forever. Recommended, sure, but I don't really have enough. Like, I played it Bet Online earlier, years ago. The one I'm using now is kind of a new account, and it's fine. I would recommend it for if you need an offshore book, easy Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. So
Sounds
I'll leave
good.
it at that.
Yeah.
They are one of the sharper ones, though, out there.
Yeah.
Bet Online is actually decent. BetUS.
BetUS again. I'm gonna have to apologize again for the sit down. But you know you.
We don't mention the name of the sit down. Come on now.
No. But in any event, I like it. I'm down there.
Yep, you are.
Okay, I'm not down at many books, but I like it. I mean, they did limit me. I'm at a hundo now, US, and they took my props away from me because I had a good stretch, and they said basta.
If
So-
you if you need more info about BetUS, take a look at that episode that we brought Wicked on. Now, I'm not saying that he is part of that sports book. We said we weren't mentioning names, but he may or may not have some info for you guys if you need info on BetUS. Leave it at that.
Leave it.
Jazz is the last one,
again. Jazz, another Costa Rican based book,
Yeah.
and USD as well. I like them because they, some soccer plays they do the traditional 2.5 over under, and they also integrate Asian lines into the same play, because some books in our regulated market, like for instance Sports Interaction, no Asian line, so it's 2.5, 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to fill an order, or if you've got a 2.75 that works, the math works in your favor, you're not going to get it there, but you'll get it at the two Tico books. Both BetUS and Jazz combine them. So a lot. I find that
They give you the option to go.
they give you an
2.5 or
option.
2.75?
Yeah, on the larger market, they'll give you the option, and on the more obscure markets, they're automatically in Asian line format. Which for me, I like it. I'm down there as well, but I don't care. It's useful, and I've got a better limit. I've got 250 US at Jazz.
Okay.
So it's, to me, if I find what I like, I get it. $300. No questions asked.
Good stuff. So that's interesting. You just mentioned you're down at Jazz. You are. You mentioned you're down at BetUS. You are.
Yeah.
I mentioned that I'm down at Bet Now. I am. And Bet Online, again, still kind of new, so I can't really report anything there. Let me see. That's probably about even. And my book, you're up. So it strikes me as interesting that all those Costa Rican books, are they a little bit better than the recreational places? Maybe. But
I'm going to say yes.
On our sheets, it looks like they're better bookmakers because
we can finish. We can end this podcast. The numbers don't lie.
They don't really lie. So I take that
I'm
information.
Down, right? I'm down in 2 places. Right?
No.
Score bet. I don't want to talk about them, Jesu Cristo.
Oh, that was
down at Score Bet now.
The last thing I want to mention before we let you guys go, Vegas Horse Pools, at Vegas Horse Pools on Twitter. That's our buddy Scott, who is the proxy for the
You've got so many buddies.
Circus Survivor.
Buddy.
He's a good guy. We're going to need to get him on here. He's a phenomenal dude. Scott's a solid guy. He's a proxy service. He runs a proxy service, which means
okay.
You go at the beginning of the season, you meet him in Vegas at Bet Bash, because everyone that watches this is going to Bet Bash to hang out with Godfather and I. And you can meet Scott, and you go to the counter where Jeffrey Benson works, and you sign up for Circa Survivor or Circa Millions, and Scott puts in your picks every week because he lives in Las Vegas. He just got me to test his new system, the proxy system, which it's a hell of a lot better than it was last year. Last year was like in Google Docs and stuff. He's really cleaned it up. Nice. He actually has a World Cup pool that he's going to have some entries for just to basically test the system. So I told him he can count on our participation, Godfather.
Yeah, sure. Euros coming up, you mean.
And he also let me know that at Bet Bash, Spanky is going to have a dedicated area in some place set up to do live podcasts. So I don't have all the details. I don't know if like the equipment and everything is going to be there, but apparently there is going to be an area for that. So just to put it out there, get the mind turning a little bit. You think we should do a live podcast at Bet Bash?
You asking me?
I'm asking you.
I don't want to do a podcast here in my own house, and I got to do one over there. Where are we going to find the time?
I think we have to. We do a little quick half an hour
Whatever.
checking in from the desert. Yeah, I think it would be cool. So anyways, I didn't know about that. And that is another benefit of going to Betgash. You'll be able to sit down and catch a live podcast, and potentially this one. But we'll be on break it then. We are 2 away. This is episode 97, right?
Yeah, so 3 more.
98, 99, 100, and then we're taking a little hiatus and coming back better than ever. Probably. Right?
We'll see. I need a break.
Yeah, we do. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Cheers.